Ron, what did the team do well in the later stages of that game last night to get the win in Chicago?
Well, we certainly got better as the game went on. The first period we got skated pretty well. They had, the vast majority of good chances, if we even really had many in the first. Our goalie held us in there. We just didn't have a good first. Couldn't seem to get anything going towards their end, and then we improved. We made some adjustments, obviously, in between the first and second period, and got our legs going a little bit better, and we're able to improve. We got the win, which is the best thing. PK had a rough night. We weren't able to get it done and hold that lead there, but obviously a great play, individual play by Willie to start overtime and got us the win. So we'll hopefully have our legs ready from the start tonight.
How do you feel the defense has handled the absence of Zaitsev and Riley now?
Okay, you'd rather have those guys. You got to just kind of share the minutes around how it goes, depending on the game. We're doing okay. I mean, the guys who've come in, have been pretty good. Like, you haven't really, Travis has come in and looked really good at times with the way he goes back for the puck, skates up the ice. He's really been able to come in and play some minutes for us. Looks like a really promising player, so that's certainly helped ease some of the pain there, so some of us don't have to take on too much responsibility.
When you played with Jake, what's the chemistry been like? What stands out to you about him?
Yeah, it's just communication. We're both pretty comfortable going back for pucks and holding on to them and trying to make a play to get it to our forwards, so it's not a rim or something where they really have a hard time picking it up. If we can do that, we have the forwards who have the ability to get up ice quickly and make plays, so that's really a big focus for us, spending the least amount of time in our end as we possibly can.
6 of the last 9 have gone into OT. Is there an emphasis today? Maybe let's get this over in regulation and take the 5 days off and call it a day?
Always a big emphasis to get it over in regulation for me. I don't need any extra time. But certainly we've been through a stretch here where we've had a lot of games going to overtime. A lot of those games we've had leads in, or probably all of them, late. But we found a way to get a couple wins out of that, but we would certainly like to do it in regulation. But this is a good team that's playing very, very well right now. If we have to take them through overtime in a shootout, whatever it is, we'll take it.
How much does a grizzled veteran such as yourself enjoy the bye week and the All-Star break and time off that way?
It depends on the. I prefer the condensed nature of the schedule with all the breaks, so where you're playing every other day, it seems for the most part. Coming back from a 5-day break with a 30-minute practice at my stage of life is not the greatest setup, personally. It'd probably be easier if you were younger, but I'll take it.
What are the challenges at this stage in life?
Loosening back up to not kill myself when I go back out there is the biggest one, and trying to be able to keep up with somebody who's 13 years younger coming off a break. It's a different way of keeping your legs fresh for skating. Sitting around for 5 days isn't ideal for that as you get older, I don't think. But then the rest of the schedule throughout the year is really condensed, where you kind of play every other day. You play a lot of games in a short amount of time, and that part of it I like. You don't have a lot of downtime. You don't have a lot of 3 or 4 day breaks.
And now you got a more balanced home schedule, the last finishing kick, more home games.
Yeah, which is always not. This is, we've really done all the big road trips as far as out west, and this back-to-back is a tougher one as far as Chicago than coming here. Obviously, we have the break, so. Our schedule is certainly set up a little more favorable here these last 2 months.
Do you remember what you felt like when you were Travis's age or Connor's age coming into the league? Like, what was it like for you?
I remember it wasn't usually they were trying to get me off the ice in Montreal as fast as they could because they didn't have much trust in me. So it's a little different than it is now. So it's different. Your first years are different because everything's new. Every time you walk into a building, it's new. And when you see all these different players for the first time, it's new. It's a big. They all play differently. You see Taze and Kane last night, who I'm sure he's watched growing up over the past however many years, 7 years, I guess they've been on a heck of a run there. Now you come here and you got a line like Ben and Sagan and Radulov, who is probably going to be as tough as anybody. It's just a lot to take in a short amount of time, I would assume. And he's excited to play every night. I think you can see that from him. He's got a lot of enthusiasm. So it's just a lot. There's a lot for him, and not just him. All the young guys we have to take in a short amount of time, and then actually try to be productive in a hockey game is a whole other thing. So it's I'm sure it's a lot.